Terra, meu planeta azul, tu és tão brilhante.
So, International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges, IAAI, is a not-for-profit private association established under Austrian law, Austria and Europe, and we are a group of scientists, science managers, future studies experts, and since we have launched last year the Global Youth Music Contest, also Global Youth represents somehow the majority of our membership and also of our board of governors. So, and our main objective is to explore and promote systemic innovation regarding resource mobilization of global civil society for effective global governance in support of the work of United Nations system. I will talk about this a little bit later, but the idea is that the UN system, as it is now, based only on national governments, does not have enough resources, not enough financial resources, not enough intellectual resources, not enough hard power to really address the global challenges that we are facing these days in an appropriate way, in an effective way, and that everybody of us has somehow be involved in these activities to make the UN stronger and more effective. So, and we are now here in Rio attending the Rio+20 United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development because it's a window of opportunity. It is really the most important conference the global community is organizing to see how to organize around these issues of sustainable development. We are lagging behind our commitments from hundreds of multilateral environmental agreements. And now we are here really to outline the future, the step to bring the sustainable future to the future we want. And the topics of Rio+20, as you know, are two objectives: a new political commitment for sustainable development and assessing the progress to date, and to see what the gaps in the implementation of the outcomes of the major summits on sustainable development are, and to address new and emerging challenges. And the two themes, green economy and institutional framework. And the topic that we are working on, how to get everybody involved in these systems for sustainable development and climate protection and other global challenges, this is in the field of institutional framework. We have to look at formal and less formal bodies, organizations, networks and arrangements that are involved in sustainable development policy making or implementation activities. And as we see, the present status, climate change is accelerating, biodiversity, all these big global challenges are getting bigger and bigger, the development goals are only partially achieved. So we have really looked for innovations, and as Albert Einstein has said, we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. And as systemic innovation is one of our core competencies of our organizations, we have been very happy when in December last year the head of the Brazilian delegation said that Brazil wants to improve also innovation as one of the topics for these dialogues with civil society. And then we started to group people who are interested in innovation, and then in end of February we organized Rio+20 Issues Cluster on Innovation, which is an informal structure introduced by the major group organizing partners for NGOs. And in this, with this issues cluster, we looked how we could really innovatively look at the institutional framework for sustainable development. We have submitted a cluster submission to the zero draft of Rio+20 outcome document, which has been communicated further by the major group as a position of the major group. So all these ideas that we will discuss here have been formally communicated to the official process as major group statements. And we have three top priorities for Rio+20. One is that here in Rio, the states and governments shall admit that the UN system in its present form, with resources provision and decision-making power resting solely with national governments, does not deliver effective global multi-level governance responses to global challenges. And there is a need for global governance innovations aiming at integration of resources and knowledge and preferences of global civil society and each global citizen in building the future we want. And we have developed this 15-15-15 UN Civil Society Partnership Formula, which says that here in Rio, the global civil society should commit to mobilize 15 billion euros and 15 million volunteers by the year 2015 to support the United Nations in its global sustainable development efforts. And on the other hand, the global civil society should combine these efforts and this contribution with the demand to be stronger involved in global governance and have new forms of participation. And the third thing is that we really have also to look in the green economy field at the systemic problems that we are facing about market failures, externalities, which are really, they cannot be fixed by just some provisions, but we really have to change the economic model, our evaluation system, and indicators, and very much. And we can drive inspiration from very critical civil society organizations like the World Social Forum or Occupy Wall Street or Global Commerce Alliances. And also our initiatives are to a certain extent connected with this. And here you have a graph about the 15-15-15 rationale. We see the UN system as it is based only on member states. It is under-resourced, not enough money, not enough knowledge, and not enough political will. But we have the blue circles are the resources of global citizens that everybody of us has for addressing global challenges. There are emotional resources, there's hard power, political will, courage, innovative communication across nations and among generations, volunteering resources, financial resources, knowledge resources, academic knowledge, but also social innovations that can come out of a very informal setting. And of course, education for sustainable development is a resource, knowledge that is crucial for the UN system, and it can be, these capacities can only build up by partnering with everybody. So here again, this resource mobilization partnership formula, 15 billion euros, 50 million volunteers by the year 2015, and new forms, requesting new forms of participation in global sustainable development, governance, and exchange. We have several implementation steps, so it's not only an idea, but we have really concrete steps how to mobilize people, how to get people involved. And one of them, the most successful so far, is the Rio+20 Global Youth Music Contest. And we have asked young people from around the world to submit their visions for the future, their hopes, their fears, their ideas for Rio+20 in the form of music. And we have received 313 songs from 40 countries, and the winners will perform on the 19th, next week, at the conference organized by World Resources Institute and UNEP about civil society participation. There our winners will perform. It's the choir from Portugal. They have managed to get support from the mayor so that 33 people will come. And the winners in the group youth are from Romania, two young people with the song Open Your Eyes, and they will also perform already on Sunday, on the 17th. We have had an organizational structure of around 100 people helping us in 80 countries. We have had a preparatory workshop in Klagenfurt. Ayla has been with us. And it was really, young people are responding very positively to this. And we will, in the next round of the competition, we will integrate this idea of 15-15-15 and asking young people also to sing how they think that this could be implemented.
Giras em torno do sol num passo constante. O teu ser